Head of school, board members, distinguished guests, family, friends, proud teachers and parents, and above all, 2018 graduates. The first thing I would like to say is thank you. Not only has ICS given me this honour and been unbelievably supportive to my charity over the last few years, but the nausea and anxiety I have had to go through for the last 2 weeks at the thought of delivering this speech has made me lose weight. A win-win situation just in time for summer. Now all I have to do is close my eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine I'm speaking to all of my children in Malawi. No pressure. Delivering a graduation speech is a huge responsibility, or so I thought, until I cast my mind back to my own graduation speech. Reflecting on that has helped me write the one today, because unfortunately, I can't even remember who the person was who spoke to me, let alone a single word they said. This liberating discovery has enabled me to proceed without fear that I may unintentionally influence you on what careers you may or may not choose to take. You see, in years to come, if you can at least take one thing away from today, even if it's the sparkle girl with the bad jokes, then I have come ahead of my own guest of honour speaker. Achievable goals, the first step to self-improvement. Actually, I've racked my brains and my heart to think about what I should say to you today. And looking back at my own graduation, I wondered what would I like to have known and what lessons I've learned along the way. And I've come up with 2 answers. On this amazing day, in this beautiful setting, when we're gathered together to celebrate your success at ICS, I want to talk to you about the importance of failure and why resilience, not your exam results, will determine your future. Looking back at the 18-year-old that I was is quite uncomfortable and quite frankly embarrassing for the 28-year-old that I've now become. I would say the same for most of my teachers who pinch themselves at the transformation I've gone through since leaving school. I was very much an average student who got into trouble a little bit too often for both my parents and their liking. I was always coming up with outrageous ideas that lacked thought and consequence. But relocating my teacher's car and cling filming it and locking my matron in the freezer room for several hours seemed like a perfectly hilarious thing to do at the time. But nevertheless, I knew that when I left school, my family home, my teachers, that I wanted to be a success. Success meant something completely different to me than what it does today. When I grow up, I want to be famous. I want to be a star. I want to be in movies. When I grow up, I want to see the world. Drive nice cars. I want to have groupies. I can see some of you know what I'm talking about. That's a quote from the Pussycat Dolls. The ones that don't, thank you, showing my age. No matter what, I just wanted to be a TV star, and I didn't care how I got there. Countless auditions, extra roles, I wasn't able to get a break. That voice inside my head reminded me of when I was 14 years old, and I had my first life lesson. I was told at hockey trials for my region that I didn't make the team because of my physique. In other words, I was overweight. My ability on the pitch was not even taken into consideration because I didn't fit the stereotypical athletic hockey player that was required. Of course, I got over this rejection at the time by eating yet another McDonald's, but you can bet your life the next year I trained harder than anyone. I scored more goals than ever before. I made a name for myself both on and off the pitch. I was determined to let my actions form an opinion rather than my body type. And by the time the trials came around the next year, I was selected, weighing exactly the same weight. But the difference, I had a passion and a point to prove. I made it because I didn't give up. And it was the first time the saying rang true, don't judge a book by its cover. I never thought it would be a game of hockey that would teach me that. We are living in such a judgmental society. But wisdom will come to you from the most unlikeliest of sources. A lot of times in failure, when you hit rock bottom, remember, while you're struggling, rock bottom can be a great foundation for you to build and grow. In today's world, I'm not worried that you won't be a success. I'm worried that you won't allow yourselves to fail from time to time. Pick yourselves back up, build and grow, and make an impact. I hate to break it, but social media paints a perfect world out there, and it isn't. Challenges will be thrown at you from all directions, heartbreak, upset. But don't worry, behind closed doors, everyone has a story. You will not be on your own, so please don't panic. Unfortunately, the TV dream got sidelined by my parents, who insisted I went to university and followed the conventional route or the norm. Had they known what they do now, maybe TV would have been a better option. After travelling to Malawi during my year out and having a life-saving operation where tragically people had to lose their own lives to save me, my life genuinely changed forever, and the Sparkle Foundation was born. I was told repeatedly by peers, teachers, family members, and even the government that I would never be able to make a difference. And at 21 years of age, sorry, it wasn't 25, it was 21, I was able to set up a charity in Malawi as a female was practically impossible. But I knew that what I knew then, what I know now. We are not born to be average. We're not here to show the world what we can't do. We're here to show the world what we can and what impact we can make. I'd be lying if I told you it was easy. Surviving malaria, a recent head injury, corruption, theft, a wrongful arrest, being run over. The list is endless of what I've had to endure. I even wanted to get some respite and thought taking a relaxing massage would be useful, but sadly the masseuse used almond oil. With my severe allergy to nuts, I ended up an anaphylactic shock. And further than that, I thought, right, I'll sit on a beach and I'll relax there. Oh no, a coconut fell from a tree and hit me straight in the head and knocked me out. You can smile, you can laugh, don't worry. I've had to, because what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. But these situations may be my stories, but they won't be my legacy. Every failure, every incident has taught me a lesson. You keep standing, you don't give up. You live with purpose and integrity. You make sacrifices and take action. You don't let other people discourage you from your dreams. You don't judge, you deliver. Actions speak louder than words. People don't buy dreams, they buy reality. Whatever path you choose to take, you need to ask yourself two things. Are you living? And are you being true to yourself? If I had listened to those who said it was impossible, I would never have been invited to stand here today and speak to you. And I'd also never be able to say that as of today, the Sparkle Foundation is caring for thousands of orphans and vulnerable children through medical care, education, and nutrition. I didn't give up. I was resilient. And the world works in the most amazing ways. Remember that TV career I mentioned earlier that I wanted to be famous? Well, in the last couple of years, I've appeared on numerous TV and radio shows. I've been in every single magazine across the Middle East, and I've even been recognised in the street. No, it wasn't what I imagined 10 years ago. It's even better. Remember, sometimes it's actually the journey that teaches you a lot about your destination. It may not be the path you initially thought, but if you trust your gut instinct and stay true to who you are, you will always find the right direction. I am no different to any of you in this room here today. I just had a dream and I made it a reality. And now it's your time to shine. No pressure. The foundations the school have provided you with are the perfect building blocks for your next chapter. ICS is an extremely special place to be, and I've been so fortunate to speak at numerous schools across Europe, I can honestly tell you it's like no other. Internationalism isn't just celebrated, it's lived. Differences aren't just appreciated, they're encouraged. Extras and opportunities aren't just options, they're a must. And teachers aren't just friends, they're family. From the countless field trips the long hikes, the reflections before bed, and all those pointless notes you thought you were taking after doing activities, and of course, the best event of the school calendar, the graduation ball, and without being biased, the Sparkle Malawi Colour Run. These are the moments, the memories that will last with you for a lifetime. So take it all in your stride, spread your wings and fly. You no longer have to wait to be dismissed by the bell, or should I say the teacher. No one cares whether you make it to school by 8:30 a.m. for the homeroom. No one also cares if you wear indoor or outdoor PE shoes. And guess what? You can now wear whatever colour t-shirt you want to play sport. Wow, you're free. It's up to you now. You choose every day whether you want to be a success or whether you want to be a failure. The only person who will stop you is yourself. And it depends how resilient you want to be when things go wrong. Success isn't the number of zeros at the end of our bank accounts, or the number of likes and comments we get on social media. Success is the legacy you, us, and I leave behind. Your stories and legacy will enable you to touch the stars. So graduates of 2018, the world is waiting. Please start climbing. Thank you very much.